heard there's shortages over affinities are making me a bit jealous.
So, why did you drag me in here?
You said
Welcome
you
to
wanted
the
to buy
Emporium.
something nice for your girl.
Are you sure you're in the right place?
Do you think I've
You certainly don't look
inherited a
like
fortune?
one of our usual
This is
clientele.
way out of my price range.
Hey, you're the one that told me she has expensive tastes.
There's expensive, and then there's the Emporium. This place is in a class all by itself.
Yeah, I guess. Take a look around. If you find something, I'll help you out, okay?
I cater to the high-end client. Affluent, intelligent, and successful. In Neon, that would be what we call the upper 10%. Yes, you're right. Of course. Of course. My apologies. Please forgive my disrespect. We have quite a few, shall we say, thugs that find their way into my establishment and create a disturbance. In fact, there's a particular Seoka member who calls himself Headlock, who repeatedly torments me by damaging my goods. The Seoka Syndicate, of course. I'm surprised you haven't run into any of them. They're a group of organized criminals who use threats and violence to push their own agenda. And honest people like me tend to suffer the consequences. They're based out of Neon, but no one is certain who runs the syndicate. Could be anyone. Ah, yes, the authorities. Neon security. Corrupt, bumbling idiots who couldn't solve a crime if it occurred right in front of their faces.
Sadly, I think he's right. Neon security isn't going to do anything about the problem.
Anyway, I've already taken up too much of your valuable time. Was there anything else I could help you with? Oh, I carry all sorts of unique items from across the settled systems. Luxury products for the discerning buyer. I'm not one to boast, but my shop won me my position as Administrator Bayou's personal decorator. His penthouse is my pièce de résistance. Before I forget, I also pay top credits to travelers that bring me unique baubles and trinkets, so keep your eyes open as you explore the spaceways. Cash only, please. Oh my goodness, that's such a relief. You have no idea. Thank you for accepting my offer. Headlock's quite a dangerous gentleman. I believe you can find him hanging out somewhere in Epside near Frankie's Grab and Go. No one knows. Seoka are sleek, well-dressed mobsters. They aren't low-life gang members. Why they choose to hang out at a run-down little convenience store like that is beyond me. Whatever it takes, just don't go getting yourself killed on my behalf. Anyway, that's really all I know. Head back here when you've taken care of the situation. Good luck. I believe he's a newer member of Seoka. They pulled him up out of one of the street gangs that crawl through our sewers. If you're wondering how I know about that, he boasts about it every time he comes in here. He's quite a large gentleman. I believe you can find him roaming the street somewhere in Epside near Frankie's Grab and Go. Look, if he somehow disappeared, you'd be doing everyone in Neon a favor. No one would miss him, no one would care. It was good to have you in my shop. Farewell.
Look, man, have a heart. I can't pay right now, but I'll spot you next time, okay?
That's something you might be interested in.
Ready to make your ultimate covered. Our trained and certified.
We should stick to the main plaza. Unless you like getting soaked by the rain.
Huh? Don't worry, Doc Man will fix you up.
Is it that obvious?
Oh my goodness. Another poor soul.
Weak.
Alright,
My whole body
tell me what happened to you.
crumbling.
Is it an Aurora overdose?
Coming down
Something
off
else,
Aurora
perhaps?
isn't easy. Took me months to shake it off.
The doc, he isn't gonna...
Unfortunately, yes. You see, the more Aurora that a user absorbs, the more resistance their body builds up to its active ingredients. That means the user needs larger and larger doses in order to feel its full effect. Eventually, the doses get so incredibly large, the user's nervous system simply can't handle the overload.
Until the doc's ready to talk to me.
That's a very wise choice. Since you're clearly a first-time visitor to Reliant Neon, I'd love to offer you a free checkup, but I'm afraid I'm dangerously low on supplies. I can assure you it isn't by choice. You see, I'm a bit at odds with the current administrator of Neon. His drug is turning the streets into a graveyard, and he doesn't seem to care. We've argued about it on more than one occasion, and all he's done is try to persuade me to quit. Thinning out my supply chain is his newest tactic. I've spoken to the people at Reliant Medical Corporate, I've talked to the Freestar Rangers, I've even gone to the Freestar Collective Council. Every answer is always the same. We're working on it. It's corruption at the highest levels. Ugh. So aggravating. There is, actually, but it requires outside assistance. At this point, I've resorted to asking anyone that has a ship registered outside of the Volii system to bring me medical supplies. I pay them for the supplies, of course, but it's the only way I can sneak them past Bayou's people at the spaceport. Now, if there's anything else I can do for you, anything at all, you just let me know. Huh. Well, it's completely dependent upon how long the user's been addicted. People who have been using for, say, 2 years or less, I've been able to put through a full detoxification program successfully. But there are others who have been addicted pretty much all their adult lives, and I have yet to try and cure someone who hasn't relapsed. Aurora stimulates the neural circuits in the brain, specifically targeting the neurotransmitter serotonin in the prefrontal cortex. This causes significant sensory hallucinations, both auditory and visual. That's the enticement factor. As you can imagine, this state is highly addictive, and the user gets stuck in a vicious cycle. They need more Aurora to satisfy their cravings. That happens more than you think. There's a certain percentage of people that experience adverse effects in space. Fortunately, there's a procedure you can go through that can correct it. But once you get it, the procedure can't be undone. Take all the time you need. It's a big decision. You aren't looking well at all. Perhaps you'd better sit down. That would be amazingly helpful. It's a relief to meet someone who gives a damn about anyone other than themselves for a change. Oh, and I'll pay you directly for the supplies, of course. It's the only way I can sneak them past Bayou's people at the spaceport. There's nothing to worry about. As long as packages aren't coming off a commercial vessel, the authorities won't scan them. That's why this has to be done slowly and methodically. If I get too much all at once, they'll catch on to my scheme. I use the proceeds from my paying customers. And by cutting a few expenses here and there, I'm able to use a bit of my own money. It's not a bother, really. The cots here at the facility are actually quite comfortable. There's nothing else to be done about it. These people need my help. Anyway, I have a contact over at the clinic in the Narian system. Abby Edding? She's one of the nurses there. She'll get you started. Thank you so much for doing this. You have no idea how helpful it'll be for the poor folk that live in Ebside. Let me look you over. You seem in perfect health to me, but a little rest and relaxation might help if you're feeling off. Of course. Here's what I have. Stay away from a roar before you get hooked.
If the gangs can keep from killing each other, I just might have a good day.
There are a ton of distractions in Neon, so I expect you to be on your best behavior here.
Autographs. Yeah? Okay, cool. Cool. Most people that come up to me just want an autograph for a picture. And after I've been modding all night, it gets really annoying. Programming the beats? Turning the dials? Come on, stay with me here. Yeah, you're right. Sorry. I'm just pretty bummed out right now. My music slate's gone. Completely vanished. I had all of my new songs figured out on that thing, and someone ripped me off. Total drag. Oh yeah, absolutely. It allows me to step away from myself for a while and harmonize with the universe. There's music out there, you know, if you listen. The trick is not getting hooked on that feeling. I got close to that state a few times, but reality and responsibilities always managed to pull me back. I started playing music when I was 10. My father had an old electronic keyboard he passed down to me, and I fell in love with the thing. By the time I was 15, I got my first track and started club hopping. I was pretty young, but with my father as manager, he watched my back. 4 years later, and here I am, booked into the hottest club in the settled systems. Pretty crazy. Hey there, what's up? Oh man, wow, that would be so cool. Yeah, please. I thought I sensed a decent aura around you when you walked up. The thing is, I perform here at the lounge every single night, which means I can't repeat the same set over and over. I have to keep it real. Songs, lyrics, poems, all of my thoughts, basically. We're talking 3 years of stuff. It's not like I can just rewrite everything. Some of those moments of inspiration are long gone, out of my mind. That's why I write them down. Hey, don't worry about it. If you find that music slate, I'll shunt you some credits. Make it worth your time. Oh, and if you're looking for a lead, talk to Micah. She works the bar at Euphorica, and she's a walking grapevine. Anyway, I got to figure out how I'm going to mod my next set. I'll see you around, okay? Well, most of the people who come through here are fans, and they're either zoned or just digging the rhythms. That leaves collectors, competitors, or just a thief trying to make a cred. It could be anyone, really. People try to put a price on everything. It doesn't matter if it's music or the stars. If that price is big enough, you start attracting people with bad vibes and long knives. Only a matter of time before you get cut. Hope you enjoy the show.
For you.
Move along.
I wonder how many poor souls who couldn't make it in New Atlantis ended up working at the fisheries in Neon.
Look, you can tell Mr. Okadibo that I'm doing everything I can. Blood from a stone, if you'll pardon the expression. Oh, my lord. You aren't here about Mr. Okadibo's debt to Kelkor. Oh, this is so embarrassing. Let me start over. My name's Clover McKenna, but you can call me Chloe. Sorry for me outburst. I'm not sure. I think he's afraid that I won't be here, and he'll have to deal with my father. Someone who has a lot less patience than I do. Just a few weeks ago, he paid some poor fella to come up here and request a bit more time to pay back his debt. That's why I snapped at you like that. I thought he'd done it again. That's kind of you. This mess with Mr. Okadibo over at the Neon Mining League has really thrown me off my game. It's a shop over in Ukuchi Market. You know, the plaza next to Ryujin Tower? They sell all sorts of mining supplies and raw materials. It's a fine little shop, well-stocked and immaculate. Mr. Okadibo is the owner. He's a lovely, lovely man, but his aspirations are one grav jump longer than his business instincts. If only you knew. Mr. Okadibo owes a substantial debt to Keltcor. I've given him more than enough time to try and come up with the money, but my father's patience is running out. Frankly, I don't know how much longer I can stall. For now, but let's not mistake my position for what it really is. A test set out by my father. He's set to retire in a few years, and I'm his only next of kin. But I'm guessing he's not sure if I'm ready to take over the company. So he shuttles me out here for two reasons. One, to flash a friendly face for our clients he flies out here as a perk. And two, gets his firebrand of a daughter as far away from him as possible. He's a real piece of work. Niall? Oh, he's the CEO of Kelp Corp. The whole blessed thing. If you asked him, he'd claim he started the company with next to nothing and built it into a megacorp in under 30 years. Truth is, he tends to forget the multi-million credit trust he tapped into as a crutch. But that's my father for you. We're a tech company that primarily specializes in mining operations. We handle everything from individual standalone units to fully engineered outpost systems. Basically, if it's made of rock, our gear chews it. Might not be as glamorous as some of the other corps in this building, but it pays the bills. You'd be willing to help out. That's awfully kind of you. No, you've got it all wrong. Saburo, Mr. Okadibo, he's one of the nicest people you'll ever meet, especially in this city. He really needs help, but he's too proud to accept any money from me. Maybe he'd listen to someone like you? That is a rather personal question, and I would prefer we kept things professional, if you don't mind. Oh, that'd be splendid. Just amazing. If you can get his debt off my conscience, I'd be grateful. It's been on my mind so much I've been keeping a diary. And don't worry about payment. I guarantee you won't be disappointed. McKenna always keeps that promise. When he opened the shop, he outfitted it with equipment from our company. Spent a bundle of cash he didn't have. Obviously business. Opening a mine and business. I suppose he ain't. Nice visiting with you.
If you'll excuse me, I have a deadline.
I don't know, but I gotta get out of here.
I know your type. The freewheeling space ace. Must be nice.
What? I'm working here.
You know what, screw it. I'm going to Terry. Right.
Yeah? I'll go with you. We can pick up an extra for Gloria if she asks us.
Hello.
Things for you.
I'm not in the mood.
You don't need to wear your helmet on this planet.
For just a few credits, our certified
Wheels on.
Wait, we're not. Reliant Medical. It's time you were treated.
Let's, stay away from Ebside. The locals there don't
Welcome,
exactly
welcome, my
appreciate the
friend. It's
tourists.
been a long time since I've seen a new face.
On an ocean planet.
It was good of you to stop by, my friend.
This place is still open. I give it a few more months before this.
Welcome, my friend. It's been a long time since I've seen a new face.
Look around and see if there's something we can buy. Yeah, sure. You want to waste your credits?
Isn't it obvious, my friend? I sell mining supplies of all shapes and sizes, as well as many, many hard-to-find types of ore. Everything I sell is carefully portioned, securely crated, and ready to be delivered right into the cargo hold of your ship. I'm afraid it is. You see, when I opened this shop, I had grand ambitions of creating a mining supply empire on Volai. Yet here I am, only a few years later, pockets empty, and my business on the verge of closure. It is a sad day. I don't know, my friend. I suppose I would be at Neon's mercy. Just another failed dreamer, walking the streets and living in a sleep crate. That would be a blessing, my friend, but I wouldn't want to impose. Listen to me, my friend. I hear what the people say on the street. They call me crazy for opening a mining business on an ocean world. I was aiming so much higher, hoping to attract these space travelers, passing through the Volai system on their prospecting journeys. It was stupid to assume I could corner the market on mining supplies and raw materials without a solid foundation. And by God, I've paid the price. You would do that for a total stranger? Bless you, my friend. Bless you. I've come up with an idea that I'm hoping will generate a lot of interest in my business, and you were the final element that was missing. If you could bring these flyers to some of the other vendors in Neon, it would explain how we can improve our businesses as a group. Many in Neon keep to their own, and I believe this is why we failed. James Newell and his Merchant Alliance friends are on the right track, but all they do is spend their time complaining, never solving. We must unify, band together, and help each other out. Then, when one of us falls, the others can reach down and help him rise from the dust. In the meantime, we will refer people to each other's shops, perhaps even promote sales together. It would benefit us all. Wonderful, simply wonderful. You have no idea the weight you have lifted from my shoulders. I appreciate your help. If there's anything I can do, anything at all, please, let me know. Oh, she did. Miss McKenna is very kind, but I cannot accept. It is my responsibility to pay the loan. If I cannot, then what happens, happens. Really? Let me take a look. Oh, I did not know she felt this way. She is always so professional. I thought she did not like me. That is why I have sent proxies to negotiate my debt. And I like her. Oh, that came out wrong. What I meant to say was, I respect her business acumen. Look at me. My palms are sweating. Regardless, you have done me a service, and for that, I thank you. You can tell Miss McKenna, I mean Chloe, that I accept her offer. I do have feelings for her, and maybe now I will have the courage to tell her. I know they say never to mix business with pleasure, but there are always exceptions. Certainly, my friend. Please let me know when those flyers have been handed out.
Perhaps something you might be interested in.
Yeah?
Fill out an application today to become part of the most advanced technology corporation.
The door of the Seaguards Outfitters. Each of our unique starship models is expertly crafted. Here in Neon, you live in the rarefied experience to ensure you receive those.
Feeling all right?
In the galaxy. Yeah, you.
What I don't sell, ends up in draw.
Oh, it smells horrible down here. Oh, how can these workers stand the smell of rotten fish and goodness knows what else?
Hello. I'm sorry if I sound rude, but would you mind coming back later? We're actually closed right now. I just forget to pull down the shutters. Oh, you're so kind. I really appreciate what you're trying to do, but I don't feel strong enough to talk about it right now. Perhaps another time, when I'm feeling up to it. Yes, of course. Please forgive a foolish old woman for forgetting her manners. By all means, take a look. Honestly, I'm not sure if more business would be exciting or intimidating. But I'll give it some thought. Thank you for bringing this to me. Hello. I'm sorry if I sound... We're actually closed. I'm afraid so, but I don't really want to talk about it right now. Perhaps another time, when I'm feeling up to it. I'm afraid not, but come back tomorrow and perhaps I'll be strong enough to speak to you. Right now, I can't. I said I'd talk to you. No trouble at all. I understand.
Hello.
I don't know about that.
What? To each their own, I guess.
There's got to be a
If you're here to buy, take a look around the shop. Just keep your hands where I can see them. I don't know. Stuff things in your pocket and run. Rob me at gunpoint. Shoot me in the head. I've survived on Neon far too long to take any chances. My store, my rules. If you don't like it, talk to Styx. He runs our, complaints department. See that giant Model A right over there? Yeah, that Styx. And if I were you, I wouldn't get on his bad side. He has a very short temper. That's more like it. You know, I'm sick and tired of people coming in here and treating Styx like he's some kind of sideshow exhibit. I mean, look at that graffiti they sprayed onto his chassis. If I could find the asshole who did that, I'd make him pay for the paint removal. I know you'll be surprised, but thanks to my sparkling personality, I don't exactly have the easiest time making friends. That means I spend a lot of time talking to Styx, and Model A robots, they're not really programmed for casual conversation. The net result is I end up talking to a machine and looking like I'm out of my mind. Hell, maybe I am. It's no big secret. I lost it fighting on the Freestar side during the Colony War. I was a ground pounder. Slogged it out in the trenches with the troops. And did pretty well, too. Until an EM weapon took out our transport. They pulled me out of the wreckage, but the damage was done. Honestly, I consider myself lucky. Most of the other soldiers died in the crash. I knew a guy a few years ago who ran up a hell of a tab with me. I'm talking thousands of credits, but at least he'd make regular payments. One day the payments stopped, so I tracked him down. Found out he got mixed up with an Aurora dealer and fell from the upper platform. Since I had a legit claim, the city awarded me his property, which amounted to the contents of a storage container. Guess what I found inside? Took me a few months to scrounge up the parts, but I'd say I did a pretty decent job getting Styx up and running. You'd do that? Huh. Okay. Maybe I misjudged you. Fine. It'll send a message. And that's all I care about. The lowlife that did this to my buddy calls himself Warlord. You can probably find him somewhere near Euphorica. Scare the crap out of this punk, and it'll teach all the Ebside lunatics that nobody messes with me and the Styx. Warlord's one of the Disciples, one of Neon's street gangs that claims it owns Ebside. A few years back, the gang tried to break in here and rob my place, but Styx put one of them down and sent another to Reliant on a stretcher. He and his buddies have been harassing me ever since, mostly by scaring away my customers and stealing my deliveries. Warlord still swears he'll get even with me, and he came pretty damn close when he somehow managed to disable Styx and sprayed him with paint. It feels like it's only a matter of time before he gets past Styx, and I'm done for. Not something I'm interested in. I don't need any handouts. I'll pass. If you've got the credits, I've got what you need. The other day, Styx, I met a miner from Kazal.
I'm sorry. I did not understand your query. Please rephrase.
Yeah, I didn't get her either. Not at first. But then I realized she wasn't a miner. She was a gold digger. How did I know? Because all she ever wanted was mine.
Calf out there, buddy.
You didn't hear this from me. Are those infected mercenaries?
Website's changed.
You lost, kiddo?
Maybe it's just me.
Sure. I just don't get too many quality customers here. Most folks head over to Newell's or the Emporium if they've got the creds. I'd say less than half my customers are legit. The others are just kids up to no good. Sounds like something a thief would say. I had some high hopes for this shop back when my husband and I opened it a while back. These days, if you ain't a regular, you're usually trouble. Course, something happened. Ain't that always the case? Let's just say those hopes died a long time ago, and there ain't no reviving them. Snacks, drinks, odds and ends, typical convenience store fare. Thought we'd snag a few of the Astro Lounge club-goers who might want something to go on their way home. Turns out we were more appealing to the local gangs. Sounds like we understand each other then. I may not be on the main strip, but I make enough to keep me afloat. Lucky for me, my regulars are a devoted crew. Mostly tied up in those good-for-nothing gangs. Those disciples and strikers always fighting over who gets to run the place, and not giving a damn over whose lives they ruin. Mostly tied up in those disciples and strikers always... Solomon thought a small convenience store with cheaper prices would make a killing. Of course, the only killing made was when he got himself shot in a robbery. Now it's just me running this place, so you can see why I'm not a huge fan of strangers in my shop. No thank you. Never heard of them. Now, are you gonna buy something or just annoy me all day? How am I supposed to know where he is? You're probably right. I'm not an unreasonable person, you know. You just won't give up, will you? Yeah, I know Headlock can't stand them. And I heard some of the other Sioka can't either. That boy doesn't know how to keep himself out of trouble. What'd he do this time? Well, If any place should be terrorized, it may as well be the Emporium. In any case, if you're so desperate to find him, he and his friends are probably hanging out in Warehouse 4, somewhere near there. I gotta ask, what are you gonna do with him? I have no affection for him whatsoever. He's a good-for-nothing thug, and a boastful one at that. I wouldn't mind seeing him get smacked around and put in his place. But that doesn't mean I think he should be killed. That's one way to punish him. You'll just bore him to death. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have a business to get back to. If you aren't gonna buy anything, you better run along. No, thank you.
Sounds like a bad idea to me.
See for yourself. Come again.
Colors.
While we're here, you better stay off the Aurora. You don't want that drug scrambling your brains.
I have something for you.
Back off. And who do we have here? You here for business, or to get your head caved in? Is that so? I'm not just some low-life thug anymore. I'm with the Sioka now. You mess with me, you'll mess with the whole syndicate, and that won't end well for you. The Ebbside Strikers. I ran with them for a good long while, but then it just became embarrassing. I couldn't even feed myself when I was with them. Clawed myself out of the gutter, and Sioka took notice. My talents were being squandered with the Strikers. I was too good for them. Oh, so you think you're funny, huh? Keep talking like that, and I'll make sure you're eating trawl through a tube. So go on, hotshot. Give me a reason why I should leave Tevin and his shitty little store alone. Go on, enlighten me. But don't waste my time. Looking over your shoulder in neon can get old. Sure, there may be some better uses of my time. Sounds like fun to me. Oh, come on, you weren't even close to convincing me. It's gonna take a lot more than that to get us to stop paying visits to Tevin. They realized I'm an asset, of course. I'm one of their best guys. I'm tough, dependable, and I make a lot of money for the Syndicate. You asshole. I told you I'm not someone to mess with. You should have showed a little respect.
What? I'm gonna make you pay. Ah! Kill Sioka and live.
Find anything useful?
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Bad part of town, buddy. I'm gonna do you a favor. Head back to Bayou Plaza before the disciples get you. We gotta look out for each other, right? Us crate rats used to think the Ebbside strikers were awful, with all the muggings and shakedowns, but now that they're on the ropes, kinda wish they weren't just holed up in Madame Sauvage's. Streets are getting bad. Real bad. Sure. So, for being so helpful, a chance for a donation. Come on, might be saving my life. What with the disciples and all. Have a heart. Hey, thanks. Look, I mean it. Go back to the plaza. Ain't nothing but shit and misery over here.
To find a place to stay while we're here. I've heard that the Hotel Voli is top-notch.
All of our items are guaranteed to be of the highest quality. Oh my. Now that is a true relief. I thought I would never be rid of him. I'm not one to get involved with the rabble, so I'm glad you came along when you did. Thank you for your help. Oh? Well, maybe I'll give it some thought. Maybe. Please visit us again if you're in the market for luxury items.
Look, man, have a...
Perhaps something you might be interested in.
Ever wonder how the prince
Ebbside's a bad place for tourists these days.
You know, I went to chef school. This ain't exactly right.
Damn,
Streets
on.
I need some help here!
Come on!
You were awesome! Did you see yourself? Those Sioka Syndicate freaks had no chance! Yannick came through! That asshole rescued his boy! Tell him I won't forget, we are tight! Like I have any goddamn idea? But they'll regret messing with Yannick, yeah? Wait, what? Off-world? Just pack up and go? No, that can't be right. I mean, Yannick's screwed without me. We had big plans. Big! Tell you what, screw Yannick. I hope the Syndicate string him up and execute the bastard. And screw you too. Yeah! Whoa, what? You wanna kill?
Do you have anything valuable?
Don't go causing trouble.
Epside's a bad place for you.
You're not from INSEC, are you? You deal with Felix yet? I'm sure it was a great pleasure. Shit. Shit! No, I do not. But I will find out. You get results. Like me. Well, hopefully not too much like me, right? So, now, new business plan. Where I am the boss and you are my capable and well-rewarded underling, yeah? Yannick's blend is running low. Soon there will be angry customer, and that's bad for business. What we need is Aurora. And there's only one place to get that. Xenofresh Fisheries. Nasher worked there and had a secret contact, even secret from me, his good friend, who supplied the Aurora. He said he wanted to protect them, that it was safer if no one knew. No matter how I pressed him, he'd clam up. Very frustrating. I have a plan for that. So, it is time for you to become a productive member of society and get a job at Xenofresh. And here are some superb and very legitimate credentials. And your new name is... Riley Chernyshevsky. Nice to meet you, Riley. So you apply there to work in production. Oh, you know how to make amp, yes? Simple recipe. They expect applicants to know basic chemistry. Of course they will. Only the best for my junior, very junior partner. Actually associate. More like an associate, yes, that's better. Of course you can. So you need to put on your best suit, Riley, and make a good impression. Neshar's contact should be looking for someone like you, so find them. Then we line up more Aurora and profits will flow. the Aurora. Whatever, just hand it over. I'll look at it on my own time. Sure you don't want some extra blend for the road?
Things for you.
Piece of fun. Something I want to talk to you about.
I passed by the store today.
You like art?
Your tag's still on it.
Velocity or Chimera?
You kidding? Chimera, all day. Why do you think I'm here?
You should see the tag job on the robot at Neon Taxical. It's my best work. Velocity? That will get you hammered.
See, you just proved my
Euphoric is home
down
for
your third
people like
velocity,
us.
and you're out.
And by people like
By
us,
the
I
third
mean
Chimera,
killers,
you're
thugs,
floating on
and
fucking
thieves.
cloud nine.
Now, I haven't killed anyone in a while, but that just means I'm due. Yeah, I guess you're right. Only when I have a knife in my hand. Drink like that anyway. Rest of the time,
Well, let's face it, some people are just gifted.
Are you in a gang? You sound like a middle-aged bank teller. Yeah, I'm in a gang. The Disciples. Maybe you've heard of them. That Cyclops should be thanking me. I dressed up his toy real nice, gave him a total makeover. He's lucky that's all I did after what that thing did to my crew. We tried to rob his store and reload our crew. That's when his little toy unloaded on us. Lost some good disciples in that group. If anything, that freak should be paying me. I thought it was pretty clever. If I trashed it, it'd stink for a bit, but he'd get over it. So I took a can of spray paint and put my tag on it. Now, every time that Cyclops opens up that eye, he's gonna see my art on his buddy. Yeah, I do. And I'll make art out of your guts if you step out of line. And what makes you think I will? Yeah, it's hard to predict crazy. Never know what he might do. True. Don't want to fight a war on two fronts. I can't believe I'm actually considering it. My crew is exactly why I won't stop. Not until that Cyclops' blood is on the floor. So I suggest you tell that one-eyed freak to go cry somewhere else. Yeah, sure you will. Yeah? Tell that Cyclops to back off or I'll scoop his other eye out. Fine by me, punk. Let's paint the walls with your blood.
They're picking us off! Ow!
If you're searching them, we should have it. When you have the time, of course.
I'll just have a beer for now. I'll have that ready for you shortly. Thanks, Micah.
I'm listening. I picked up something you might be interested in. Thanks for taking time to chat. I really need a friendly ear right about now. I received a message from Constellation, and it's given me a lot to think about. Not at all. It's just a list of requests, but when you read between the lines, it's obvious my absence is causing issues. You're not keeping me out here. I am. Just... Here, let me explain. Before I joined Constellation, I served for 8 years as the head of the Navigator Corps, until the UC decided to axe the department. If you want to help, I feel like I need to give you some background. Just bear with me. It was a branch of the United Colonies Navy, a small fleet of ships outfitted for galactic exploration. Basically, a military version of Constellation. Had we notched some significant achievements, I'd agree with you. You see, the top brass demanded press-worthy discoveries to justify the spending, and money was tight after the war. Shutdown was inevitable. At the end of the day, I was in charge, so the blame obviously fell on my shoulders. Oh, like hell I can't. You once told me that you favored the journey over the destination, so I'm hoping you'll understand what I'm trying to say. I failed because I was more concerned about exploring the stars than pushing a pencil. If I had fought harder, I'm convinced our division may have had a chance to prove its value. That's just it, though. They left me to my own devices, and yet I somehow screwed everything up. No, damn it. For once, I'm going to say what's on my mind instead of pretending that everything's okay. Call it whatever you want. My drive, my initiative, my optimism. It's been my greatest strength and my worst nightmare. It elevates me to these positions of authority, but all I want to do is explore, not sit and make sure all the accounts are balanced. Sure, just ignore the problem and hope it goes away. Then, when Constellation goes belly up because of my lack of action, I'll just dust myself off and put in a resume somewhere else. Great idea! Oh my god. I'm so sorry. Oh, here you are trying to help me and I'm yelling at you. You have to understand. Once Aja retired, I lost the only person that gave a damn. Look, it's clear that you have feelings for me. It's just... I've never had time for this sort of thing in my life. Please, it's not you. It's me. I'm just not ready to get that close. I can't. Not now. But thank you for being there and listening.